Hi and welcome back to my channel. So I've just received some beautiful succulents in the post, so I'm going to share with you the process that I follow when introducing new succulents to my collection. So these are the new beauties I've bought. This one I've wanted for a long time, but never really seen one which is a reasonable price, and I saw this and thought, you know what, I haven't bought one for such a long time. I normally buy all my succulents from the same lady on Facebook. She is an absolute succulent queen. She's been doing it about 20 years, so I really trust her plants. They're all homegrown and they're always just perfect. So I normally buy from her, but I've actually taken a risk today, not today, this week, and bought these from somebody else. So these are obviously, in my opinion, imported. They are, that one's rooting. This one, a few small roots here. So yeah, I would say these are imported from overseas. And this one, huge. I love this. I'm really funny about frilly plants. They don't seem to like me very much. The leaves are very thin. I find that they're very thirsty, but they're quite easy to overwater. They're just a funny little fussy plant. But this one, it was actually named as a Lowy hybrid. I'm not sure it is. Sorry, a Lowy frills. I'm not sure if it is, but the leaves are thicker than usual frilly, like a Shaviana or something like that. So I don't know. I just thought I'll see how it goes. It's quite big, so I might give it a head chop once it's rooted. But again, you can see that this has been chopped, probably treated. So in the UK, if you're buying from overseas, you have to have certain certificates. So the plants have to be quarantined, which means they are sprayed with, I suppose, pesticides before they're actually sent to the UK. If not, obviously they're not allowed in the country, just to obviously keep our plants safe. So yeah, this one looks like that's happened to it, which is obviously good. That means it's safe and it's been imported correctly. But it does mean that obviously the roots will need to reroot basically. And then these two. These are very tall, stemmy plants, and yeah, we need to sort these out. So let's get into it. So my first purchase is this. It's called a silver bum variegated, apparently. I have wanted these, as I've mentioned, for a long time. She kindly sent me two instead of the one that I asked for. So thank you so much to the lovely seller. Really appreciate the kindness. So they are, I have a really bad fascination with, family member super bum. I call it super bum because I think it's cheeky. However, it's probably superbum. I know the scientific name has changed recently, but I'm not very good at pronouncing things, so I'm not going to butcher it. And then this has this beautiful cousin, the variegated form. So this is the standard one, this is the variegated one, and then this apparently is a silver bum. So close relative. I don't know, but I just love the colourings, little stripes on it. Yeah, I just think that's so beautiful, and I get on really well with these plants. I don't want to jinx it, but I haven't ever killed one. They always live on. They're very easy to leaf prop. They're just really happy and just kind of, yeah, like an easy succulent. And you know, we all need an easy life, don't we? So I love them. So I've always wanted to venture out and have these two, so they've joined the family. So as we saw, we have got some roots already. This one more so than the bigger one, but this is really good. They're starting to root, so that's what we need. So what I would do with those is just grab a small pot, smaller than the succulent, because actually that's quite a small one anyway. We need the roots to fill the pot before we put it into something bigger, and I like a plastic pot when I've first got a succulent because it keeps in all the moisture, and yeah, I just prefer a little nursery pot. So I'm going to put both of these, or one of each, into one pot and just use some really good gritty mix. So let's get into it. So this is my half compost, half grit mixture. Just need to give it a good mix around. So we're going to fill these pots with the nice gritty mixture. And I like to put a little hole in there so you can put the stem in and help it to get some nutrients from that soil. So that's literally all I do with these two, because they're starting to do their thing on their own. They don't need much help. Like I say, They are an easy little plant. I'll say that and they'll both die. Fingers crossed they don't. I love them. Right, so those are both now going to continue to root. They probably won't root a massive amount because it is cooler here now. But yeah, within, I suppose it's now November, so by March they probably would have rooted. But when they start to grow again in March time, they're going to really, yeah, really root and fill this pot and hopefully get quite big. So yeah, that's the first two done. And if you've seen any of my previous videos, you'll know that I'm trying to change everything over into these pots. So I know that there is way too much soil in this pot, especially for this. Oh goodness, I just chucked it. Don't chuck your new plants. That's a very good tip. For this beauty, obviously we've got no roots whatsoever at the minute. So that is going to be too big for the root system. But I've got nothing else smaller that's going to fit that plant. So let's fill this with soil. And I'm just going to rest the succulent on top. Like I say, let's just check the roots out again. There are some pink roots starting in here. So if it hadn't already rooted, I would be cutting into this because this, as the succulent has grown, see this is now quite woody. So this is really old stem. So it's least likely to root if the stem is old. What you would need to do is chop higher up the plants, which we're going to do on the other two. But I'm not sure if you can see. Hopefully you can. Just change the camera slightly so you can see. There's all little pink roots in here, in this bit, all around here. So it's already starting to root. So I don't want to then chop them off if it's already used some energy to do that. So it's a little bit dull today. So lighting's a bit rubbish out here, but yeah, there are some roots already. So we're going to pop that in here like we have done with the other two. And hopefully it will continue to root. So there is quite a good stem on that. But yeah, also, obviously, when you've done this, you need to be really careful not to knock it over or anything because it's not in there, like it's not stable at all. It's an absolutely massive plant. So I don't like big plants. I'm really funny about it. They take up too much room. So what I'll probably do once this is rooted, I'll probably chop it, give it a head chop so I can then duplicate it. It'll, make it double hopefully, and just reduce the size of it a bit as well. So that's what I'm planning to do probably in the springtime because for me that is a little bit too big, but it is beautiful. So yes, that one we're just going to leave and see what happens. So moving on to these two, because these are the issues. As I said, as succulents grow, they become more and more woody. And if you cut them like they have here and obviously treated it, this is very hard. This is probably old soil, really old stem, and it's not going to really produce a lot of roots. It'll be really lucky if it does. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is just give it a helping hand because the fresh stem, which is up here, is what is going to produce the roots quicker. So we need to chop all of this off and get as close to the head really as possible. So I'm going to, this leaf is very squidgy, but I'm going to leave it on and chop just underneath it just to get those roots kind of kicking in and growing quickly. It's a very beautiful plant. Yeah, anything like this, you just need to chop away at the stem, be a bit ruthless. So let's do it. So we get the trusty knife and spray, and then we need to cut. I want to keep this leaf on as mentioned. I'm just going to cut into there. Oh, that was very easy. So there we go. There's some really fresh stem there, and that's just going to help the roots or help the plant root quicker. It's going to use all the bottom leaves as energy to do that. So it might be that these leaves go squidgy like this one, and that's completely normal as it's growing new roots. And we're going to do the same for this one. So I'm also going to give the knife another spray. And what's this one doing? I'll leave that one on as well. And just cut below. And there we go. We have got some nice fresh stem. We've got rid of these old woody bits. I wonder if we just cut into here, what that looks like. God, it's a lot harder. So yeah, you can see it's not quite as fresh and green is a little bit more woody around the edge, and it will just take a lot longer for that to root, if at all. Obviously, like I say, this is all compost and kind of substrate. It's obviously quite an old plant, whereas this new root, or new stem, should I say, is going to root a lot quicker. So yeah, I'm going to pop them onto a tray to callus over. I wouldn't put them in any soil yet because they are prone to infection, prone to rotting if they sat in anything wet. So I'm just going to pop them on a tray to let them callus over for a few days. So it's now 5 days later, and these have calloused over really nicely. So the stems all dried out here, and yeah, they've just kind of been left to their own devices. So what I'm now going to do is just pop them in a pot so they're sitting upright, so they get a even amount of sunlight, so they don't start stretching and bending. Yeah, I'm just going to pop them in a pot with no soil, just on their own, just so they can start growing roots, and I can keep an eye on them without disturbing the roots. So yeah, let's do that now. So I'm literally just going to use one of these small nursery pots and just sit the plants in them. This is the other one. So that's obviously calloused over nicely. And yeah, I'm just literally going to leave them in these pots and let them root. So it's just, yeah, like I say, really good to be able to keep an eye on the roots, see what they're doing, and just keep them. If you keep them sitting up like this, then they're not going to lean towards the sunlight and stretch, or yeah, they're going to stay in a nice shape as they are. So we'll leave them and just forget about them for a couple of months probably. And I seem to have an issue with these too. So I just checked on these a couple of days ago and noticed that this one, is it this one? Yeah, has got some kind of, something's going on in this leaf. So it's very squidgy. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's like there's nothing in there. I don't know if it got burnt or really don't know. So yeah, it just feels like this leaf is damaged. I was a bit worried about it, so I checked out the roots, and it looked like the soil that I potted it into was very slightly damp. So there's been a little bit of, not fungus, but it's that kind of thing, and like grow around the roots. So what I've done is just dusted it with some flowers of sulfur, and that just is quite good at getting rid of fungus and mildew and stuff. So I've just dusted the whole plant and also the roots as well on both of them. I was just a bit paranoid because I really don't want to lose these. So I don't know if they've come, obviously when they've been imported, they've been damaged or what's happened. Yeah, it's just unfortunate. So yeah, I'm just kind of just being cautious at the minute. I can still see the roots are still growing nicely. So I'm actually going to leave them as per the last ones, just in a pot with no soil. I didn't realise the soil was just a tiny bit damp on the other stuff. So that's annoying. So yeah, just to be cautious. Actually, I think I need a smaller one for that. I've got these really cute tiny terracotta pots. So we'll use that one. Might as well use one for both, have them matching. So nearly knocked them all over. There we go. So yeah, I'll just keep them as they are and just keep an eye on them. I'm really hoping they survive. It might just be that this leaf is damaged and needs to come off, but I'm going to keep it on there and yeah, just see how they get on. And because of what's happened to them too, I'm really paranoid about this big beauty now. So I've, again, because the soil was slightly damp, I've just dusted that with the flowers of sulfur powder as well. It looks fine. I just really don't want to have any dampness or rot in there. So I have removed it from the soil and just going to leave it in this terracotta pot. And yeah, just let it root. So that's what I would do with new plants. Obviously, like I've just learned, just be very, very careful with your soil. Make sure there's no moisture in there because that can start to, cause a little bit of fungus and mildew, especially it's winter at the minute and it's quite chilly. It's about 8 degrees, I think, at the minute. Sometimes it's dropping to 4 overnight. So it's not the best kind of time to give them any damp soil. If it was spring, summer, it would be absolutely fine because it would dry up very quickly with the, with the weather. So yeah, lesson learned, do not put it in any damp soil. Probably best case scenario is just to leave it in a pot like this until there are fully established roots, then you can pot it on. So yeah, that's the new plants, and hopefully they'll settle in nicely now they've been taken out of the soil, and yeah, they'll be rooting. The thing is, they do go dormant over winter, but they still continue to root sometimes, so it's just that they don't grow as much or at all. But yeah, they'll continue to root a little bit anyway. So yeah, perfect. So just to summarize, if you are receiving any unrooted succulents, it's best to keep them just standing up in a pot so they can get a nice even amount of sunlight, and obviously the roots can start to grow on their own in their own time. It depends on the season to how quickly the roots are going to grow, but succulents can survive for such a long period without water, without sunlight, and without roots. So yeah, they are really, really hardy. You just need to give them the right care as well. So just be patient, they'll root in their own time, and then once they have, you can put them in some soil. Like I say, make sure it's a nice gritty mixture. Keep it nice and dry to start with, especially once you're potting the succulent on, because you disturb the roots a little bit and they need to make sure they're settled before they receive any moisture. And I would wait for the roots to grow really substantially in the pot before you do give them that water. And then when they do, they will just start to thrive, and they will be a fully rooted plant in no time. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please leave a comment or give me a like, and I'd love you to subscribe to my channel. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.